look good enough? Do I look professional?
You look beautiful. I promise you look gorgeous. Okay, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of TRP Pro Tips. I am here with my good buddy Tyler Vandenberg of Treble and Bass Productions. He's going to be talking to you guys today about different aspects of the wedding industry when booking your DJ and all of those things that go along with booking a DJ for your wedding day. So welcome, Tyler. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. This is pretty dope. I like this. I like this whole pro tips idea.
Of course. Yeah, we just wanted to give some really great insight to brides and grooms and, you know, what they can expect from the DJ industry and what to look out for when they're planning their DJ, budgetary stuff and some things, offers that some DJs may do that they can get for their weddings, and some stuff that maybe you guys do that, you know, brides and grooms, when they meet with you, what they can look out for. So introduce yourself. I know I did that already, but introduce yourself, introduce your company, and then tell us about how you got in business and all that fun stuff.
So as Tom mentioned, I'm Tyler. I own Treble and Bass Productions in Clifton, New Jersey. We're a full-service DJ entertainment company, but we've really taken on the mantra of what a production company is, right? We are Treble and Bass Productions, because DJs today are just more than just music, and it's really come down to lighting, sound, visuals, mass media, just all these different things that go into weddings now. It's actually an incredible world that's been built with it. So, you know, we've really kind of grown to love the wedding scene. That's really where I focus my attention to, because I think there's really just something special about that day. It's really something that's so important. And what we're really about is about breaking stereotypes, about real genuine connections with people. I'm tired of hearing the stories of, you know, our DJ was very this or very that, playing the same old remixes that we know, or things like that. And that's not me to pick on anybody, but we just want to try and make it where it's, you know, you're finding someone you're comfortable with, someone who's just vibing with you. That's what it's all about with us.
And I think it's important to understand when they're picking a DJ is that they're the people that make or break your wedding, right? You know, you can have all the greatest vendors in the world, but if your DJ doesn't bring the party to the party's not going to exist. You know, your DJ sets the tone of and the music and the lights and all the sounds. They control your reception. They control how well your reception goes. They control the entertainment for your guests. You know, you're putting together this beautiful big wedding. You're inviting all these amazing family and friends to be guests at your wedding to celebrate with you. And you want your DJ to be professional and to really, you know, grasp the vibes of the room and really control how the party goes. And I think it's super, super important to always remember that when you're booking your DJ, you're not just booking a person, but you're booking an entire entertainment company, and you want that person to be personable. And honestly, just like the photographer aspects, to be friends with them after the wedding is over. Essentially, it's what you want to do.
Yeah, 100%.
So first question I have for you is, so a couple comes to you about booking you as their DJ. What is the best piece of advice you could tell them when they're coming to look at you for their wedding day?
Yeah, so I always start with this. I say, this is the first wedding I'm going to plan with you and the last one I'm playing with you, right? Because, you know, a lot of people come to me and they're like, sorry, we have so many questions. We really just don't know. I was like, how would you know? How would you? You know what I mean? Unless this is your, you know, second marriage or, you know, something like that, you really don't know the planning process that goes into it. So the first thing I tell people is that we're here for you. We're here every step of the way, because, you know, this is something that we do frequently. It's something that we're a part of. So it's going back to what you said about being professional, someone working with you. You want someone who's going to make your night stress-free. This is the last thing you want to worry about. I always tell everybody it's a party. It's not something that you should stress. It's your wedding day. And, you know, oftentimes we do find people getting caught up in everything, and it's just natural and something to come. But, you know, at the end of the day, we say, just sit down with us. Let's chat. Let's map out what your vision is. That's what I come back to, is what's your vision, you know, and we really, whether it's lighting or sound, we just want to make sure, you know that you're covered all the way through.
Right. And that's huge. And, you know, and I feel like anyone who has an open mind going into meeting with a vendor for the first time, it's okay not to know everything. Humans don't know everything. You know, I don't know anything about how a florist works with a vendor. I don't know anything about how a stationary person works with a vendor. You know, you'll learn those things as you get more into the industry, but, you know, it's okay to come into a meeting and say, okay, this is what we want. What can you offer us? And in the end, when you discussing the vendor you've spoken with, do they match the criteria, quote unquote, that you've set for yourself or your expectations? And 9 times out of 10, they're going to meet those expectations and then more. I'm always a guy about, you know, under promising and over delivering. You know, if you can under promise something and over deliver on something for that under the thing that you under promised on, the client is going to just run away and give you the best, you know, praises and stuff like that, because you're selling them on you're not selling them on your business. I wouldn't even say selling either. You're kind of showcasing what you as a person are able to do it for their wedding day, especially when it comes to, being their DJ and stuff like that.
Yeah, you want someone who really understands you. That's really what you're looking for. And as you say, like, I don't like to use the word selling, and you even
Right.
stopped yourself for a second, like selling. I always say, let us be a part of your night. Don't let us be your night. Don't
Right.
let us be the show. It's not about us. It's never about us. It's your party, not mine.
Right.
So whatever you're looking for, let's help you sculpt it. But at the end of the day, let's make it how you want. We're just guidance.
Agreed. And I think that's another thing that's really important to remember too, is that we are here to help write a part of your story. We are not writing your entire story. We're not determining how your outcome is, but we're here to be a part of your special day, to making it, the best it possibly can be. Everyone from your maitre d' at your venue itself, the DJ, the photographer, the florist, your limo service, your hairdresser, your makeup artist, we're all there to help make your day the best it possibly can be. And if anyone else on your vendor side has a different agenda, then they're clearly not the people to be working for you or with you, because they're in it for the wrong reason. And unfortunately, there are people out there that are like that. And we just try to, reassure clients when they come to us that we aren't those people, that we are there for them and not just to make a buck in the end. Okay, so what is the, speaking of bucks, no pun intended, what is the average price for a DJ for a typical wedding day? What's the average price?
Yeah, so this is the number one question I get. It always opens up usually, what's your pricing? And as many people come to understand when it comes to vendors in the wedding business, and just even part of life, you do find that prices vary. And depending on what you're looking for, the manpower you need or the setup that's required, all the hours that go into it, you really are looking at a price that kind of is adjustable. Now, we're not car salesmen, as we keep talking about. I always say, I'm not here to upsell you. I'm not here to do anything like that. But the average wedding cost your base packages usually come in around $2,000. That's usually your price point. You can come in a little bit under. But we tend to now also include ceremony and cocktail hour into our packages too, because a lot of people we're finding are getting married on site. So we look at it this way. We're like, hey, if you're already getting married on site, we're there anyways. We'll set up some speaker, right? We can do everything for you on site. It's all done. It's not something that we want to upcharge you for. So at the end of the day, you're looking at anywhere from about $2,000 to, if you add in live musicians, enhance your lighting, do sparkler fountains. As I said, it's a production, right? It comes into everything. All these enhancements are just spectacular. You can range anywhere up to $5,000-$6,000 depending on what you're looking for. I mean, I always tell everybody the possibilities are endless.
Right.
Sometimes our money tree isn't. So
Exactly.
you work with what you got. We want to build whatever maximizes your value and really gets you what you're looking for.
Right. And I mean, we've both done weddings, and we're seasoned wedding vendors. Seasoned wedding vendors. There's the words I'm looking for. We're seasoned wedding vendors, and so we both know kind of like what is over the top and really grandiose, and what is an average wedding. So, what are some things that you would recommend to a bride if she's looking to just have a very standard wedding, nothing fancy? Like, what are like I guess you could say the three things is like our must-haves at a wedding?
Yeah, and that's the perfect question, because I have so many people come to me and they say, we're just really simple. We want a good time, and we don't care about everything else. We can do without this and that. And I said, that's fine. And as you just touched on before, we've seen complete other ends of the spectrum. If you want to do everything, that's totally cool. I'm all for it. I think it's amazing. I think it's spectacular what we can do. But when it comes to someone who's looking for something more simple and just to the point, like, you're getting the essentials, I like to call it. You're getting the essentials of everything you need. When it comes to DJ entertainment, I say you need a DJ, obviously a dedicated DJ. So don't ever, and this is, please, if you could put big stars around this, if you put a big halo, whatever, don't ever hire someone who is a one-man show, okay? Now, if you have someone who is just doing everything all alone and trying to wear too many hats, I think that's where people go wrong. So if you have someone who's just dedicated and focused on music, you have someone who's a dedicated MC or event host, as we like to put it, and then you have, you have everything covered in terms of sound, your setup, lighting. Standard lighting is, I always say, a concert is not a concert without a whole production, right? The lighting makes everything. The sound is just it all works together. So the most important thing I say is make sure you have a good DJ, someone who actually knows how to mix, because sometimes you don't care about lights. Sometimes you don't care about you know, how much low-lying fagu you can put on the floor. You're more worried about, can they make someone in this room dance? Can you make grandma dance and my brother dance?
Right.
That's really what it comes down to.
So true. And I think that a lot of people will try to save a quick buck and they will go for that one-man show. That's not always the case. I have been to weddings where there is the one-man show. They've done a good job, but I know that they would have done a better job if they would have had another guy, charged a little bit more and said, hey, listen, you know, we charge if their starting rate was say 1,800, and they could have said, hey, for an extra $300, I'm going to give you an MC, come up to 2,100, we'll get the MC and we'll really rock your party. And I think what a lot of times people will do is they'll go to any length to book the wedding. And that's not always a good thing because, you know, when you're established in the business and you have the clientele and you have the people that come to you, it's okay to not get a wedding, and because those clients aren't your ideal client, you know. And one thing that I've learned is you're not going to book every wedding. So don't adjust your company for the clients. If they want you, they're going to book you based on what you offer. And I think that's a key thing is minimum 2, DJ, dedicated DJ, like you said, and the MC, because the MC usually, you know, will make or break your party as well. On top of the DJ being good as they are, the MC has a lot to do with it too.
Yeah, you don't want someone, you know, if you want someone who's on the mic, very interactive, very out there, kind of with your guests on the dance floor, that's fine. If you want someone who's more laid back and reserved, kind of handles all the formalities and then focus on the music, which is more so my personality, that's fine, you know. But you don't want someone who's overtaking the night. And that, I keep saying, comes back to our point, but it really does tie back to the idea that it's not about us, it's about you. And depending on what you're looking for and what you kind of envision, you know, you're gonna find what makes the most sense for you.
Right. That's so true. And I think that, you know, when they have the chance to upgrade any sort of packages, any sort of aspects in the package, the first thing that they need to make sure they have established on their base package is the MC and the DJ. Now, speaking of upgrades, what is maybe the first thing you would recommend for a bride to upgrade in her package if she can afford to do so, or he can?
Yeah. So the most common and popular upgrade, and something that I always tell everybody, is always upgrade your lighting if you can. Now, a lot of people come to us today, say you're getting married in one of the local venues or a recently renovated or redone venue. You're going to find that everyone's selling intelligent lighting. Now, intelligent lighting, at first, I was very skeptical of it. I was like, are there really a lot of crazy things you can do with it? Because, you know, when you start out in this industry, you kind of don't understand the full aspects of everything. But when you take the time to hire the right people and you find someone who knows how to fully operate these things, you really learn to appreciate a lot more. So, last year, we had Dave, who's on our team. He joined us, and he learned how to really master our lighting system. And as soon as I saw someone come in and really just take it fully under his control and create scenes that I never thought were possible and just can change the ambiance of a room, I was like, we're going to get everybody to get on board with this, because this changes the whole mood. You know, people are coming into the room. If you have a nice amber lighting on the wall, and things like that, it just gives that cozy feeling. But then when you switch it over and you're going with the colors and it's going with the music and the vibe of the room, you're creating a whole different scene. So, you know, when it comes to lighting, I think that it's just such a visual that changes the whole atmosphere of the room, and something that really just, it's not to be cliche here, it's very eye-catching, you know. It really is.
100% agree on that. And, you know, people move with visuals, right? So, you know, the music may be great, but if the room is a very, you know, plain, bare room because your venue is just not the most grandiose venue, and that's perfectly fine. If your DJ has a lighting package and you can afford it, get it. I always say, if the DJ, I always ask the DJ, hey, you're doing lighting tonight? Because we need to know on our photo, video, and our lights and just like that. And 99.9% of the time they'll say, yes, we're doing it. Or if they say no, it's because the venue already has it, like you said, built into their system. And it's super important that when people are shopping for their DJs, I hate to use the word shopping, when they're looking at their DJs for
You're shopping technically, right?
Yeah,
That's
true. No, you are. You're shopping for your vendor, and I think you know, I just sometimes don't like to relate like monetary stuff that we do, because we're not in the business for the money. You know, it's our livelihoods. We're making a career out of it, but we're not in it for the money. We're in it because we love to change people's lives and make them better in the end, ultimately.